วัสดีค่ะ
And welcome back to another episode of On Thai Time, a Thailand travel podcast that provides you with Thailand updates while exploring hidden gems, hole in the wall establishments, meeting entrepreneurs, and so much more in between. We're your hosts. I'm Candy.
And I'm Vidya, and we're really excited to be back again to talk about all the interesting things happening in the month of February. And thanks for tuning in and making us a part of your podcast playlist. If you aren't following us yet, be sure to follow us at On Thai Time. So obviously everyone knows that February is the month of love.
Mm-hmm.
And Thailand is definitely a very romantic country to.
Yeah, it is. It is a romantic country. I mean, people come to Thailand to celebrate their honeymoons, there's destination weddings. But did you know, my friend, Thailand is filled with love shrines?
Love shrines.
Yeah, buddy. For
Please
those of you who are
elaborate.
not as lucky as you to have a boyfriend or a lover to call their own, Thailand has love shrines. I think one of the main ones, like when you think of love shrines, is right in Bangkok, the Tri Muti Shrine, also the God of Love. I think I might be pronouncing it wrong, but it's spelled Trimuti Shrine. And this shrine has people there pretty much all the time, and it's right next to the Central World Mall complex. Have you ever seen it?
No, I don't think so. But okay,
Well,
please explain how it works.
okay. So they say that the best day to go to the shrine is at on a Thursday at night at 9:30. It's very specific.
It
I went
has to
through
be on Thursday.
that is because okay, so the shrine is there every day, obviously, and there's people that pray there every day. But the key time and the key day is Thursday night, 9:30, because that is when the god of love, Trimurti, descends
Descends.
down from the heavens to the earth and then receives all of the prayers and calls from those who are praying to the god. And so it's basically prime time prayer time to the god, right? And yeah, you go there. The cool thing is that there's usually like some sort of flower shop that you can make a small donation and get some flowers and incense, and then you go pray to the shrine.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
So input that into your little calendar. 9:30 p.m. Thursday.
For all
Another
you
great.
single people out there.
That's right. That's right. But there's plenty more. There's also a really cool one, is one that I just found out recently. I have never known the Temple of the Reclining Buddha or Wat Po to be a love shrine, but
What?
apparent I
We've been
know,
there like a
a
million
million
times.
times. And so I never knew that the actual reclining Buddha is supposed to be a place where people have gone to pray for love. And the irony of it is they specifically say if you've hit 30, like if you hit the big 30 and you're still single, then this is the place to go. So I have no idea why. But so
Why
for those
not?
of you who are 30 and over and have yet to call anyone your own, you've got to go here. And it's really specific too. They suggest to go on a Tuesday. And you are supposed to take three khanom deep, so those three steamed dumplings, okay? And you're also supposed to bring southern fish curry noodle, which is the khanomจีนน้ำยาปลา. You're supposed to have 8 incense sticks, 8 candles, the color of honey, 8 lotus flowers, as well as 8 baht. And you're supposed to make an offering. They said specifically, like, as you are praying, to be very, very specific as to what type of lover you want to, whether it's the height, the eye color, the hair color, demeanor, possible job, right? And after the incense has completely burned out, you are supposed to eat the curry noodle that you brought, and that is a surefire way you're gonna find love, girl.
That is very, very specific in terms of the dish. Is there any meaning behind that?
I I was reading on different sites, and some say that the noodle dish, obviously, the whole mentality of like long noodle, long life. but it also leads to the longevity of your love. Who knows if it's
Okay.
true? I'm
What
trying to
about the
think.
dumpling?
I have no idea how that even relates because it's three pieces as opposed to eight. Everything is in increments of eight. This is three.
Is it just something that the god just like personally or
Perhaps
something?
like snacks, like an appetizer first,
Yeah.
main
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay.
So, okay, fine. So maybe you found love, great. But what if you are lacking in the fertility department? You're having a little difficulty having a baby. For those of you who want to tap into that part of the world, you can travel down to Krabi, and that's in southern Thailand, a great province, specifically to the part of Krabi known as Riley Beach.
Oh,
Renowned
that would be a fun
for,
trip.
I know, right? You go rock climbing and then go pray to the fertility
Yeah.
gods.
Who
There's
wouldn't
a
want to
small
go?
little, right? I know. So I've heard about this place for years, but I never realized the magnitude of this place until you get there. The cave itself is called Penang Princess Cave, and originally fishermen would stop at this part of the cave to pray because they believed that there was a mythical sea princess that lived there and she kind of guarded the waters. And if you prayed there, you would have a successful fish. Was it where you'd bring in a lot of fish, right? Yeah, yeah. So then you have to think about, so it's in a cave, and so there's actually rock formations like stalagmites, stalactites, whatever those rock formations are.
Yeah.
And over time, people and visitors started to leave phallic symbols. So every time you'd go back, you would see more and more giant dildos or giant,
What?
yes,
What?
yes. We'll be sure.
So there's just this part of Krabi that has a bunch of dildos like
Yeah. So
everywhere.
really, think of the cave, and then maybe 5 feet from the cave, people are like snorkeling in the water, and then there's a big old, giant shrine with thousands of penises. I mean, thousands of phallic symbols and things of that construction. So originally, it was to pray to the mythical sea princess for a nice sail, an abundance of fish bringing back. But then, for some reason, now it is a fertility shrine.
Huh.
Okay. So now that we've talked about love shrines, we've talked about fertility shrines, what happens next? What's next in this timeline of love?
Uh, well, we talked about love, fertility, weddings.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Weddings, the ultimate commitment ride.
Yeah. So you've been to Thai weddings, right?
Yeah, I have. I've played
Why?
music.
Why? What is wrong with this energy right now? Why are you so confused?
I'm not confused. I've been to Thai weddings. I've been to many. I think that I just don't really understand all of the formalities of it. There's a lot of steps in a Thai wedding. I think it's absolutely beautiful. But I've always wanted to kind of sit down with someone and have someone say, "Hey, this is what's happening and why." But yeah, that's what you're here for.
That's great. I'm the Thai wedding expert.
You are because you actually didn't we do like a seminar sometime and then you were the faux bride or something?
I was. I was. I
Yeah.
was in like the traditional Thai gear and like I had
You mean like the
the
Thai wedding dress?
yeah, gear.
Wow.
The Thai
I
wedding
immediately
gear.
thought of like shoulder pads, being that it's almost Super Bowl Sunday, shoulder pads. I was like, gear,
No,
yes,
because
Thai
there's
wedding.
so much to it. Well, anyways, so Thai wedding is very sensitive and cultural and traditional and intricate, right? And for those that who don't know and would like to know, I'm gonna go down the steps of a Thai wedding. Don't worry, it's not gonna be like super long or anything, but basically, the guy has to get his yad puyai or like his parents or
His elders.
someone really his elders or someone really really respectful, like respectable, to formally ask the girl's parents. And this is considered like a Thai marriage proposal. So it's not like the guy getting down on one knee and presenting the ring to the girl. No, it's more than that. You have to get your parents to talk to the girl's parents
Oh,
and ask for her hand in
that sounds
marriage.
so stressful.
Yeah, but it's cute, you know. You know, and then they have to negotiate a dowry. Yeah, there are still dowries, but I mean, why not? I don't know. I mean,
That is a
personally,
whole nother topic that we can jump
yeah,
into later.
yeah.
But
Anyway, so
yes,
yeah, they negotiate the
traditionally
whole
there's still the
dowry.
dowry.
Yeah, so it goes anywhere from like gold to jewelry to money or even like donation money or something, you know, to the family's temple of choice, right? And when they come into an agreement, the girl's parents accept the dowry and they take the guy and the girl's birth date and they take it to the monk, and the monk comes up with a wedding day according to whatever is
Okay.
compatible. Another
Based
astrology
upon, yes,
thing.
times and dates and
Yeah, it's great. Why not, you know? So, okay, so on the day of the wedding, usually, you know, in Western culture, it's like you have the engagement party another day and then the actual wedding on the other day, right?
hmm
Yeah. But in Thai culture nowadays, it's all in the same day. So on
But
the day of,
traditionally, we used to be separate too. But now they've
yeah,
streamlined it.
yeah, which I think is like better because it's less effort, less time, everything's in one day, and like it's
That is
just,
true.
yeah, you just, I don't know, endure the stress in just a day. And bing, bam, boom, it's done, you know?
And you're married.
Yeah,
Let's start
yeah,
nice.
yeah. Okay. So usually the engagement ceremony is in the morning, right? Because they have to bring the monks out and everything like that. And the bride and groom has their own preparation that they have to do. So they both are wearing traditional Thai costumes. The groom on the day of the wedding has to have his family and friends travel on foot singing and playing music like a parade, right? And they're carrying the dowry, and they're like doing the whole gong yao, which is like
Like the long drum.
yeah, the long drum and like Thai dancing, and just walking towards the bride's house, and he has once he gets there he has to go through a series of chains or gates, and he has to enter the gate by, so the people at the gate are just family members of the bride, right? And
Yeah,
to
friends and
enter the
family.
gate, yeah, to enter the gate, the family members, he has to offer the family members with envelopes of money.
I love that idea. And then based upon that, they just open it for him. Like, here's the envelope.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Open.
they just open the gate for him, and then he goes to the next
Oh,
gate. The next gate, yeah. So once he's through all the gates, right, the bride's parents bring him to her, and then at this time, they would pray with the monks, and then the monks would bless them, and then they would go sit together and present the dowry, and then do the whole ring exchange, and then after that, they would turn to their parents and then ask for some blessings and call kama, which is like asking for forgiveness for, you know, whatever bad things that they did to their parents, just so that they can move on in this marriage successfully.
so fully cleansed before they start
Yes.
their own.
Yeah, basically.
hmm
Yeah. And after that, there's another cleansing ceremony, which is the water ceremony or piti lot nam sang.
hmm
So you have the elder, or you know, the eldest person or the most respectable person, place a white thread on both of the bride and groom's head, right? It means like to join them together. So you know that like braided thing that's
Yes.
that's on top of the, yeah.
connects
kind of
them.
like a halo, and then it connects them. I mean, like the string connects both of the halos or whatever. And then I don't know what those cups are called, but they're like genie lamps. they, their shape is like,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah,
That's what they put the water in.
or they use
I
holy water.
too have always thought that they look like genie lamps, but I've never admitted that to anybody. And I'm so glad that someone else out there felt the same way.
Right. So,
So the water is in that genie lamp. Doot, doot,
right.
doot.
So they put, they scoop up the water, right, from the genie lamp, and then they pour it on the bride and groom's hands as a form of cleansing. And this is something that everyone in the wedding ceremony or the engagement ceremony can participate in. But I'm not sure. Is it if they have to be older, right? Or like the same age as the bride and groom?
Right.
They
So
can't be like a little
ideally,
kid doing
no,
it, right?
no. Traditionally, it's supposed to be all of the elders, and you start with the elders. And as they're pouring the water onto the hands of the bride and groom, they're supposed to wish you something like, be sure to listen to your wife because she's always going to be right, or, have a
Yeah.
happy marriage, right?
Yeah.
But and also depends on the wedding too, but traditionally it is just the elders. But some weddings would like to have a lot of people participate, so they do bring out everybody.
Yeah. And if you do choose to use sisal, which is like that white
So,
string that's blessed by the monks, and
mhm.
then like the elders would tie the sisal around the couple's wrists to wish them good luck, and then the couple has to keep the threads on for 3 days. But
Or until they
yeah,
fall off, right?
yeah, but yeah, I guess. Do they fall off? Because mine never falls off. I have to like physically take it off.
I try to keep it on as long as possible, but yeah, I've heard that 3 days is kind of like the max, and you just like cut it off.
Yeah. And then a few hours later is the whole wedding ceremony. The bride and groom change into modern wedding dress, wedding outfits, and then take pictures with the guests, important family members and friends. Have speeches for the couple. So like just like a traditional American wedding ceremony, basically like cake cutting, bouquet toss, game singing, dancing, and then another Thai tradition is piti song tua, which is the final giving ceremony. I don't know, giving ceremony. I don't know how to translate that. So
Uh, yes, it's where the family sends her off
yeah,
basically
yeah,
to
that sounds a
to
lot better.
her new journey with her husband.
Right. So the couple is led to the bridal bed
Bridal
suite
suite,
room, yeah,
yes,
where their parents are waiting for them to give them symbols of prosperity, harmony, love,
yeah,
happiness, comfort, long life, whatever, yada yada, right? And they give advice, and then they leave them in bed as a sign of wanting children. So you your parents are in the room and you have to get in the bed in front of your
for the
parents and you
photos. It's more for the
yes,
photos. They get into bed with the photos, with the rose petals and lots of money. I've seen that, and they take cute couple photos, and then yeah, they are left to be alone.
right, it's not weird,
No, not weird at all.
yeah,
Wow, saying it out
but
loud
now that I think about it, it's because we
is
grew up with this and then it's always been so normal until we're talking about it at this very moment,
on Thai time. That's what it
right?
is.
Anyways, this tradition isn't often carried out in modern times anymore, but some people do it, right?
Yeah, it is. I think it's
Yeah.
it's it's more for the those who just really want to have that symbol, because it really is that point in which mom and dad hand their daughter over to her new husband, and they really kind of send her off. It's a big
Yeah.
deal.
So now everybody knows how Thai weddings are celebrated.
Yeah.
So that's
But for those who come to Thailand and wish to have a destination wedding, you can definitely have a Thai wedding. You can go and register at the local district and get an actual Thai wedding license. And then, you can have increments of a Thai wedding in your overall ceremony. So, yeah,
Right.
it's
The
actually really cool.
takeaway, yeah, but the takeaway from this is that Thai wedding ceremonies are very prosperous and holy.
They
It
are.
defines the simple lifestyle and culture of Thailand that's been passed down for generations. And this modern version that we're talking about right now has actually already been cut down a lot from what it was
But it was
originally.
before.
Yeah, like according to the country's changing economy and present
Hmm.
society, whatever was unnecessary in the ceremony was then cut out to fit the present day, but still maintaining the traditional Thai marriage ceremony nonetheless.
Oh, girl. Well, that's good because then it also makes me envious. Like, why are we not as long as India and in the Indian weddings? Because those are week long, right?
Yeah,
But I'm okay.
I believe India they're very in tune with their culture. I mean, they still wear their traditional dresses like normally, right?
Yeah, their
Yeah.
day to day dress is very traditional, and I think, and it's nice to see Thailand as modern as we are, but I think it's also really important to hold on to our culture as well. So thank you so much for telling me about those Thai weddings. Now I feel a little
Of
bit,
course.
yeah, yes. I won't
Now I
nod
feel
off.
like I want a Thai wedding too.
We'll be sure to arrange that when that happens, okay?
Okay.
Our next segment is actually going to be another special guest that we have coming in from Thailand. We're going to be interviewing my friend Yai. He is the owner and creator of Sumrub Yai, the cafe experience, where he has taken a an old tradition and made it new. So let's go over there and we'll chat with him for a little bit and we'll be right back.
Sounds fun.
Thank you so much, Yai, for joining our podcast today. I know it
Sure.
is I know it's fairly early for you, a fairly early Tuesday morning for you in Bangkok today. So I know that our friendship has gone back years and years and years, and for as long as I've known you, you've always been on stage as the stage manager. You have led several productions in Thailand, and then all of a sudden, like the rest of the world, 2020 hit. I really want you to dive in and explain some things to me because I want to know how COVID-19 really forced you into this new role that you have as the creator and owner of Sumrub Yai, the cafe experience.
In the early 2020, in March, the COVID-19 just spread in Bangkok, and we gonna think shows and booking all over the year postponed. We are thinking to do something just for the fun and share something in our page.
So your original company was called Ring the Bell, right?
Yes,
And then all of a sudden COVID happened and you weren't having any shows or anything like that. And so you were
yes.
changing things on your page, your Facebook page?
So yeah, at first our page is sharing about stage management and art director and art directing in the musical, and then we shift something to art direction in Thailand. We have all the contents of about Thai culture and Thai arts in our page. And then we shift to the desserts and how to make a dessert and fun facts about Thai culture. So we try to do some cooking stuff in our office every Wednesday, and it started there. And we share something from our cooking stuff in our office on our page, and then someone else or my friend just want to buy it. More and more people saw our content, and then it started to selling online and have a pre-order, and then start a shop and call it Samrap Yai. Samrap it actually mean Pashana.
The actual like the dishware that they use.
Yeah, the dishware. So the set of dishware is called Sumrub. The biggest Sumrub is Sumrub Yai, and it's parallel with my name. So the shop is called Sumrub Yai. After
Well,
that,
I think it was a very creative name. When I saw it, I was like, he found a way to integrate himself into this so well. And okay, so obviously, you picked up a lot of popularity. People were following you. I started to notice on your Facebook as well that you were taking orders, and then within a matter of like a couple seconds, your things were being sold out. You definitely gained a lot of popularity. So from all of those, like selling and delivering from home, because you were making it at home, or were you making this at the office?
we are making at the office because we have the studio, which we have been
Converted to a kitchen.
Yeah, we converted to a biggest kitchen, bigger than my house. So we gonna do our dessert there. There's not competitors in this market at that time.
Right.
And
so your focus was more so on desserts? Is that what it is? Or like old desserts?
Yes. We have two kind of dessert, like the traditional one and the fusion one. If we do in the traditional recipe, it doesn't taste good in this time.
Right. According to the palate now, it might not taste as good.
Yeah.
Okay, understandable.
So we have to change something to improve the taste and make it blend in the 2020.
That's so creative. And, luckily I'm your friend on Facebook too, and I do follow your page. So I've seen the progression of and growth of your cafe, during this time, and I've been so proud. Now, I know that there are many cafes scattered throughout the country, especially in Bangkok. You have cafes and restaurants, and they all have their own themes and feelings and, vibes, environments. But what made you develop your idea for this cafe?
We want to share something about the Thai culture and compare it with pop culture. And we started to make it more like experience, like the one you do in the Airbnb. We offer you an experience to learn about Thai culture or learn about the traditional things about Thailand and how it developing in these 20th centuries.
So if I was to go to your cafe, how do you experience all that? Is it like in written form? Like, am I seeing it everywhere?
You can see it everywhere. We just hidden in the some of objects. And at first, when you walk through the door, we don't have a door. So you have to push through the mirror and walk through the mirror frame to get in. There's a novel called To Be Pope.
Where they in time, right? You time travel through this mirror, which is your door,
Yes.
and you're transported back into the past of Thailand.
Yes. And we have a lot of the objects and traditional things that we have put in our shops to decoration, and this had all the meanings. And we have a guidebook, a little one for the menu and the food information with how it's come here and how it was made and how it's developing. And we have this.
Well, your Funko, huh?
Funko.
Yes. I'm so glad that you're able to integrate into pop culture.
So it's traditional Thai and is a myth or novel. I think the Ramayana is called like a novel.
Right, it's an epic drama, right?
Epic drama, yeah. So and then they made a Funko Pop of it, and so we have it here.
That is so cute. So this is very interesting because you go into your cafe and it is definitely very historical. But then at the same time you've managed to combine modern elements into it too. Okay. Okay. I'm sure that you are very familiar with Valentine's Day. Although it is not traditionally a Thai holiday, it is a very big holiday here in the United States. It's the best way to make some money, and hopefully it is for you too. I know that's popular amongst younger Thai people. When I think about it, I think back to the concept of auspicious foods and auspicious desserts, like ahan mongkol, things that have a special meaning behind it. I wanted to know, does your specific cafe have any auspicious foods that one may eat during Valentine's Day, or maybe like a special wedding or something? Is there anything special, love related, that I should be eating?
And sure, and they have in the wedding, there has like they have like 9 of auspicious food, like
Hmm.
so but in our shop we just pick up 2, and so we have these 2. You see it? This one is called tong egg.
Okay.
This one, and there's a gold leaf on the top of it in the middle. So tong egg is like the golden medal to celebrate the victory.
Hmm.
And like this guy has won our heart or
So
some sort of that.
he's won her heart, and therefore
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have this golden medal to
This golden
celebrate the
medal.
victor.
And this one is called Sanejan. It's like golden charm. Is a shape of fruits. Yeah, it's called Lukjan. There's have the aromatic, very smell and charming. So they put some of nutmeg. Nutmeg is called Lukjan Tet as well.
So it's aromatic, you said, and you said it was sweet. So what is, and the top is nutmeg. What's the yellow part of it? Is it like a beet?
It's wheat flour, coconut milk, sugar, and the yellow is not from the food coloring, it's from the egg yolk.
Oh, okay, natural color. Very cool, very cool. Oh, wow. Well, thank you for sharing those two things. Now, when I go to a Thai wedding, I'll be sure to look for those items.
And actually we have the special one that's from the here. This is กลีบลำดวน
Oh, I've seen it as a square. I usually see like petals.
But this one is our signature in our shops. In our cafe logos, we have the square shape, and it's called ประจำยาม So we doing this กลีบลำดวน in the square shape like ประจำยาม was. ประจำยาม is Thai ornaments. We have the shape of the blooming flowers, the oval in the center, and these 4 petals.
So it does
Or
look
you
like a
can
flower. So like
yeah,
a
here.
squared flower with like 4 distinct petals and a round center.
Actually, a ประจำยาม is meaning like to protect. So it's pretty good for the meaning in the Valentine's Day. So we like to protect our partner, or
So the meaning is like, what is the meaning again? That it's to protect? Like it's
yeah, ประจำยาม is like technically the ประจำยาม ornaments gonna put in front of the gate of the temples to protect the inside. There's belief that it can protect the bad things or the ghost to prevent it in they getting in the temples.
Okay. Wow. That is very, very interesting to know. I feel like so I've seen those symbols on the temples, and now it relates back to this cookie here. Oh, okay. Well, that is a lot of great information. I've also seen on your Facebook that you have workshops, and I think that that's really, really great. As although a lot of mainstream tourists have yet to actually be able to travel to Thailand, I think that's really nice to know that there's something available at your cafe. So if someone wanted to go and learn how to make these desserts, is that something that's available? Is that what your workshop is?
Yes, we have the signature. We have lots of signature things. So one of them is เกสรน้ำเจียก It's like the coconut rolls in the glutinous rice flour.
Mhm.
It's shaped like a candy, and is a long one, but the Pantone of this suite, we change it to the sunset Pantone. So we have the shade of like blue, purple, and red.
So, for those of you that are interested in going to Sumrub Yai, do tell the listeners where your cafe is. What's the best way to get to you? Is there like a BTS or is there like an MRT that they can easily get to that's close
The
by?
BTS is it. You can take a BTS and get off at National Stadium, which
Okay.
is one stop after the Siam is the downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And you can walk like 7 minutes or 10 minutes,
From
not
there?
over
Okay.
that. Yes.
Sounds very close. What's the best place to follow you? Like, should people follow you on Instagram, Facebook?
We have like Facebook, Instagram, and Line, but in US I prefer to use Facebook.
Okay.
Well,
Well, we'll be sure
you
to
can
include that
type in,
link down there. Yeah, we'll put that there. Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Yai, for sharing your morning with us. We'll definitely be sure to include some of your pictures and a bit more video clips so that our listeners can actually learn a little bit more about you. And we will definitely continue to follow your story. And I hope that one day I'll actually get back there and be able to try some of your amazing creations.
One day.
One day. Well, thanks again นะคะ ขอบคุณนะคะ
ขอบคุณค่ะ
Thanks, Yai. Bye.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you so much for spending time with us and showing us your new cafe. I can't wait to see it myself when I finally get to go back.
Yeah, I can't wait to go visit.
Right. And just the idea of it is so different from any other place that I've seen thus far. So totally cool.
It was really cool knowing like where he explained each Thai dessert. I did not know that. I just ate them. I didn't know the history behind it.
Well, now you know, buddy.
Now I do.
Now you know. All right. So for some TAT news updates, what's going on? As of right now, the national parks are now open. There are only a few that are temporarily closed. So if you are still there, so there's over 155 national parks nationwide. 16 of them are still closed, but they are open. So at least they are open. So yay!
Yay!
Yes.
Dude, Thai national parks are so much fun to go to.
It's not just a matter. I love how it's like you go in and you get to experience it, but then kind of along the way you'll find someone that sells barbecue, someone
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
sells
the whole
things.
experience.
Yeah. So you can have
unique.
your own shabu shabu while you're at your tent.
Yeah,
Camping out.
why not?
And another recent announcement is Daefai, the queen of the crab omelet. Have you been? Have you tried her?
No, I haven't. I haven't, but I really want to because her crab omelet is ginormous and it looks amazing. But I heard
It is-
that the line is like 3 hours long.
Right. Her line, it's notorious, and people make reservations well in advance. But the world's 50 best just announced J-Fi to be the best icon. She received the best icon award of Asia, and so this is a very, very big deal for her. It's going to be announced on March 25th. So congratulations, J-Fi, and all the hard work that she's been doing. She has been running her shop for over 40 years.
But I'm really,
already.
I think as a Thai person, I'm really proud that, she's become an icon because her food looks amazing.
It is not mere looks, my friend. It is good. It is really good.
All right. Well, I think that's it for February, right? We have a lot coming next month too, even though
Yeah. I mean, this
there's
is
no like national holiday or anything, but
No.
it's a lot.
we do. But so yeah, we are coming to the end of our podcast, and although we've kind of put a lot into this month's podcast, we have a lot of things going out on our social media as well that you can find on Thailand Insider. So if you aren't following Thailand Insider, do so, as well as follow on Thai Time. We greatly appreciate it.
And
We
do
have
you
some
wanna
like
give
recipes, right?
Yeah, like a little preview of what's happening in March.
Oh, yeah. So in the month of March, we're celebrating Noodle Month because it's National Noodle Month. Yes. There's also National Dress Day. Ooh, we should get dressed up for our next podcast.
We should. We should. There's also National Elephant Day and National Muay Thai Day. I'm looking forward to that one. We're going to do something really fun.
All right, guys. So we finally made it to the end. Thanks so much for listening to us this month.
On Thai time, and we're off.
Bye, guys. Take care.
Bye.